Today's program is to create a single dimensional array of size 10, and you have to enter the numbers randomly. After entering, you have to print the entered numbers in a column. Column in the sense list. List in the sense from top to bottom. That's why in a column. So as you know, common lines has to be written during the exam. And declaring of array is very clearly declared over here. int a square bracket 6 for new int 10, as the 10 is the size of the array given in the question. So once array has been declared, a cell of 10 will be there in the random access memory, and index or position starting from 0 to 9 will be given by the machine automatically. The first box will be indexed or the numbered as 0, then 1, then 2. The last box, which is the 10th box, will be indexed or numbered as 9 because we are starting from 0. So 10 minus 1, 9. This is what you have to check in the rough column. In the rough column, you can make the dimension and give the index or position on the left hand side of the box starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9. But there will be 10 cells or 10 boxes in the column. So now, as the question says, you have to enter the numbers, enter the elements in the dimension. So you need a for loop. So for loop is starting with I is equal to 0. You can write in the rough column I as 0, I and underline and 0, and 0 is less than 10. It is checking in the test condition. So 0 is less than 10, true. As it is true, it will enter the body of the for loop and asks you to enter any number. So a of I, a is the name of the dimension and I is 0. A of 0 box or 0 cell, you have to enter the number. Now let us say you have entered the number 11. So 11 is entered. You'll go back to the I++ from the for loop, closing curly bracket. I gets updated. I will be 1. And it will check in the test condition. 1 is less than 10. I is less than 10. I is 1. 1 less than 10. In the rough column, you can check. So it is true. Again, it will enter the body of the for loop and it will ask you to enter any number. And a of I. I is 1 now. A of 1. So one box, you can see it is empty in the rough column. So you have to enter a number, st.nextInt. So this time the number is 12. So 12 is entered. Again, the closing curly bracket of the for loop will go back to the update I++. I becomes 2. And 2 is less than 10. The test condition, and the test condition says it is true. As it is true, it will ask you to enter the number again. So a of I, a of 2, enter the number or the element 13. So similarly, the loop is going to move for 10 times and asks you to enter all the numbers. So let us say all the numbers are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the last box is occupying the number 20. The last box will be entered as 20. So this is the entering part. This is the entering part of the program in the dimension. Very clearly entering the numbers randomly. Now, as the question says, you have to print the entered numbers. Print the entered numbers. Again, we are going to use the for loop, and for printing also the for loop is needed. So this is the printing part, because the question says one part is entering, the other part is printing. So as this loop starts with 0 again with the variable j, so j you give as rough column, j is 0 in the rough column, and 0 is less than 10. It is testing the condition, and 0 less than 10 true. As it is true, it will get into the body of the for loop and it will print the entered numbers are a of j. So you can see the position j in the dimension. A of j. J is 0. A ka 0, see, the number 11 is entered. So it will print the number 11. And again, the for loop will go back. J++, getting updated. J becomes 1. And 1 is less than 10. Checking the test condition. 1 less than 10 is true. As it is true, it will get into the body of the for loop, and again it will tell you give you the message entered numbers are a of j, and j is 1. A of 1. You can see the dimension. It is 12. so 12 is getting printed. So similarly the loop is going to move for 10 times and will display in a column or in a list all the entered numbers. I think you have entered the numbers like 11 to 20. So all the 20 numbers, 10 numbers will be displayed. So for that I'll show you the output also, and before that I'll give you a click on compile to check the program. Compiled, and can you see at the bottom of the screen it says class compiled and no syntax error. There is no error in the program. So I'll show you the output now. It says very clearly enter any numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. See, enter in numbers, enter in numbers, enter in numbers. 1 to 10 we have entered, and after that entered numbers are, entered numbers are. So these are the numbers we have entered, that is 1 to 10, very clearly. We'll check the program again. We'll see the output. Enter in numbers, any number randomly. You can enter 76, 65, 32, 12, 7, see, we have entered the numbers randomly. Enter in numbers 76, enter in numbers 65, randomly we have entered, and after all the numbers have been entered, these are the being displayed. So whatever the numbers we have entered, the same numbers are getting displayed as per the question.